Hey, how's it going everyone? Steven with Barbecue Concepts here. Today we're going to go over a very highly requested replacement part and service that we get for a lot of our natural gas and liquid propane grills. It's how to replace the valve that also has the electrode, the unit that actually sparks your burner up when you want to use your grill. This model is a blaze that we're going to be demonstrating on today, but it's pretty much universal. Some grills are a little bit more intricate in how to get to the valves. Some electrodes have battery operated. This one specifically ignites with just twisting the knob. So we're going to show you that today. We are in our back warehouse in our location in our building at 4525 South Fort Apache, but let's get right into it. First step that I wanted to go over, make sure you turn off the gas that's supplying to your grill. Whether it's natural gas or propane, please make sure those are off. Step 2, remove the bottom drip tray. If your grill does have a drip tray, 95% of the newer grills nowadays do have drip trays, so make sure that is out of the way and not intruding on the service that you will be doing. The next step, very easy, you're gonna remove all the knobs. Now, if you do have wind damage or something like that that causes these burners and the flames to come forward, which melts the plastic that's on the inside of these knobs, it might be a little harder to get off, but do not be afraid to pull these off. They do sell replacement knobs. So step 3 is we have to remove these bezels. Again, our end goal right now is to take off this front plate that you see in the video right now. So we're just gonna remove each one of these bezels. And now it's a little tedious. Again, it's very simple to use on that end, and if I have not mentioned it, which I'm pretty sure I did not, tools required for this specific grill in this job: Phillips screwdriver and a socket. This is a 5/16 end, so a couple tools, nothing too crazy that you'll need. Okay, now that we have these all removed off the front control panel, we're going to move to each side. There's 2 screws on this specific model that actually are holding this panel in place, so we're going to get working at removing those. One bit of suggestion: before you remove this last screw, I would hold the front panel because sometimes these just come right off. So just be aware of that. They can fall down. All right, now that we have all 4 screws removed, or 2 on each side, we're going to just go ahead and slowly take the front panel off. Now, some grills also have LED lights right here and also push buttons to turn those on. If that is in fact the case with your grill, when you go to pull this off, just make sure you don't tug on it too much or pull on it too hard, as those wires are connected here, and you might have to just turn it and set it down. This one doesn't have any light, so I'm just going to pull it straight off for reference. And now is exposed every valve on this grill. So now that we have this exposed, I just wanted to throw a knob back on here just to show you folks. This is the electrode system. Now you can't see the actual electrode because it's going into here, but it is all connected to this valve and it's very easy to replace. But this is the system without the panel on it. So we're going to go ahead and get our socket, and we're going to start to remove one of these valves for reference. So on the bottom right here, 5/16 inch socket is what I'm using right here. We're going to go ahead and remove this screw. It also has a Phillips, so if you wanted to use a Phillips, it's also a Phillips. I like to use the sockets. This right here is the bottom bracket that holds it on. We're just going to set that aside. This valve then just comes right off this pipe. Now sometimes, especially this one's a new one, so they're on there very good. You just have to be careful when you're taking it out. This is actually the burner head right there. So now that we have the valve removed, a couple things to look at is the electrode wire right here. Just make sure it's not fried or anything like that. On the back side, there's a little gasket right here that you want to take a look at. It might be a little hard once you use these grills to get this off, so you might have to use a flathead. But again, you're replacing this. If you have a gas hissing sound, nothing's clicking when you're turning it, there's definitely something wrong with this. This is also what your orifices are screwed into. This one specifically natural gas right here. There's an easier way to get to those orifices. That's for a different video. Go ahead and take a look on our YouTube channel for that video. But we got the valve out. Now, if this one was bad and I'm replacing a new one, it's simple. You can do this for each one of these valves. We're going to go ahead and throw this one back on, and I'm going to show you how to bolt it properly, and then it's putting everything back together. Now you want to make sure that the gasket is seated onto this pipe correctly, and then it goes all the way down, so that way no gas leaks through that gasket at all. So as I'm screwing down, I'm just checking the connection to make sure everything is nice and tight and solid on there. And one of the things, you don't want to over crank these tight to bust anything, so just get it nice and snug. So right there, it is on, ready to rock and roll. And again, if I throw the knob on here and turn, it's going to click nice and easy. And now we can start to put the whole assembly back together. One thing before I put this back together, as I mentioned, if your grill has lights and a push button and you can't take it all the way off, and say you have it aside. But again, you take this off, and then that's how you can replace any of the electrical that's behind here for your lights if they do get fried or anything like that. Same thing, push buttons are typically back here with a nut on them. So again, this is a way too to replace your LED housing kits and light kits that you might need to do down the future if something happens. Well, now that we have everything put together, you are ready to start grilling again. Just to show you for reference, everything's hooked up properly and ready to rock and roll. This grill, again, is a Blaze. This is their 3 LBM grill, more specifically. But again, this process you can use for any other grill. Just take a look at your manual to get your best options to do so. But this has helped us out tremendously with a lot of the manufacturers, Blaze and Somerset, Napoleon Grills, Lynx, Twin Eagles, all of those different brands to replace the valves and the electrodes or sparkers on these grills. Thanks for watching. Hopefully everyone learned a little bit something new today. Please take a look at the rest of our videos on our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you when you get down here.